Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. My name is Michelle, and as you can see, my favorite molds. Hang on, let me turn my air purifier down a notch. Okay. So those of you that have been with me for a little while know that I have got some sort of allergy to the resin, right? Well, I've discovered it's not the resin that makes me break out. It's not having my air purifier on. It's the vapors or the fumes of the resin. I did 2 projects and I didn't even notice that my air purifier was off. And you can see some of both my arms broke out, my hands. And I'm like, okay, what is different than what I've been doing? And the only thing different was my air purifier. So after I had had that really bad reaction on my hands, excuse me, I made sure that I had my air purifier on, and I left my door open to my craft room because I'm in the basement and my room is small. So I think that's what it is. So I've got my door open, I've got my air purifier on. I had it on high for a little while before I came in. So yeah, I'm just going to see what happens. And if I don't have a reaction again, then I know it's from the, not having it's the fumes. So back like 3 years ago when I had started dabbling with resin, I knew that I had like a reaction because I was doing tumblers at the time. And when I was like coating my cups like this part of my arm would always break out. It never touched the resin. So I had stopped doing it. I was like, oh, whatever. And then now that I've gotten back into it, every now and then I have these reactions and I couldn't figure out what I was doing different. And it was my air purifying machine. So yeah, I will keep you posted on that. So I have got 2 molds that I have not seen either one of these done on YouTube. I actually typed them in, trying to see if anybody has done these to maybe get some different ideas, and I haven't found any. So hopefully you'll get to see them the first time here. This is the one that I really, really, really wanted. And I'm sure that you have seen it on like Facebook coming up in the ads and stuff. It is the Christmas, it's got like flowers on it. So, and because these molds are handmade, you don't want to touch the inside. You don't want to spray them with alcohol because it could damage the mold. So there is a little speck in there, and I don't know if it's actually in the mold itself. So we're going to just take a piece of tape and we're going to see if we can get that off. No, it's in the resin. So this is the one that we're going to do today. I have no clue how much this takes. It is, I don't know, like 5 inches deep. So it's a fairly big mold. I mean, almost my whole hand. So we're going to be doing this one. This is, I believe, yes, this is well, it's shiny and matte from what I can see. I don't know if you can. So it looks like that one's matte, those ones are shiny. So we're going to pour that, I think, one color, and then I will maybe paint the leaves or the flowers. So this is the other mold I got. And this is actually a little bit bigger than I had thought. And I did open them up. I got them yesterday, but I was doing housework all day. So I wanted to kind of see what they look like. So this one is another box. So this is the bottom. And it's just got like little flower patterns. I don't know if you can actually, let me see if I zoom in and then show you, because it focuses better that way. So this one is pretty much a matte mold. So I'm probably going to do this in the mixed mold. But this is the top, guys. It is a bouquet of roses. So I cannot wait to do this one. I'm scared to do the mixed mold because it does leave a residue. So I'll probably do one in resin, just so, you know, we can kind of see what it looks like when it's finished. And then I'll do one in the mixed mold. So this one we'll do on a different video. So I'm just going to put this together and I'm going to put this aside. So this is the one we're going to do today. And I am still hemming and hawing. I was thinking about using the IntoResin. I believe these are the mica powders. And I haven't used these, like mixed them in resin, so I don't know. And I don't know how much resin to mix up. I mean, it's tall, but it's not really that, I don't know, maybe it's 2 fingers wide in there. So, yeah, I think we'll start with, I'll mix up, I don't know, 8 or 10 ounces and we'll go from there. So I will decide what I'm going to use for color and I'll get that mixed up and we will be back. And just so you know, I will have the links to these two in the description box. And I do have a link right to their website, and there is a discount code. So if anybody is wanting either one of these molds or anything else on the website, you know, their mica powders or whatever, you can get that in the description box below. So I will be right back, guys. Alrighty, guys, I got my resin mixed up. My room was cool this morning. I should have brought down some warm water and warmed my resin up, but I didn't. And so I've been letting this sit. I ran it through the debubbler twice. I mean, it was full of bubbles, and that's what happens when I use this. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to use that anymore because it just makes millions and millions of bubbles. So I wanted to do this somewhat clear, and I was thinking, well, I'm not going to be able to, so I pulled out some mica powder, but as it's sitting here, it is degassing, so we might be able to get away with it. We might be able to still do it. It's definitely gotten a lot better. So I did want to let you know on this mold here, the one we're doing today, there are 3 different styles to choose from, which I had forgot all about. So there's the Christmas flower. There is one that has like Christmas trees that protrude above the jar. And there's another one that has like bells on it. So there are 3 different styles in this particular mold. And the other one is definitely a matte mold. So I did go back and look. I just wanted to share with you again the instructions for these handmade molds because they are fairly pricey. These ones were both, I believe they were both less than 50 bucks a piece. So they weren't real bad. It says, don't touch the crystal with your hands. Avoid a torch or flame. Only tape to clean it. Don't use alcohol or water to wash it. Just the tape. Store in a flat surface and put it in a separate bag in a cool, dry environment. So, and then they always send you a share and win. You can win products if you share it on their social media page and tag them. So I did want to share that with you. So let's, all right. So I mixed up 2 at 3.5 ounces and 1 at 3. So I'm going to mix 2 of these together. And I'm going to use a different stir stick here. And I'm hoping that we can, I'm still afraid we're going to have my, micro bubbles, so I'm going to use the mica powder. I really wanted to have it be a transparent, but I am too nervous that you're gonna see the micro bubbles, and I don't want that. So by using mica powder, you are going to alleviate that. You're not gonna actually see the micro bubbles. All right, so because we do, all right, which one did I pull out? Oh, I pulled out this purplish red one. So we're gonna try this, and I don't think I've tried, no, I haven't tried this one before. So I wanted to use a different color that, you know, I haven't used, and that way there you guys will be able to see a different color. And because I am gonna paint red and green on the flower because it looks like a poinsettia, I wanted to use something other than just a basic red. All right, so I'm gonna just put some in here, and then we're gonna pour some resin. And I'm gonna start with a hefty amount. And then I'm gonna pour a little bit of resin in. We'll get that mixed up, and then I will dump it into the big container. This way here we can just make sure that we get it, you know, really mixed in, and we have no fine powder. And I always forget to do this, so because I thought of it today, I figured we better do it. My stick is, had resin all the way down. So that is a really pretty color. All right, so I'll just pour a little bit more. And try to make sure you scrape your sides. All right, so let's pour it in here and we will see. And because it's deep, whatever color we see is going to be like the color it is, because and it's an opaque color, so, and then if I need to add a little bit more to this, I will. Really, really pretty color. All right, I think that's going to be good. So I just want to give it a few extra little stirs. I want to make sure that that's all incorporated into that clear resin. So I do have almost 3 ounces left there. So if I need more, because like I said, I don't know how much this is going to take. So we are just winging it. And that was another reason that I was actually looking to see if somebody had made it, to see if they had like measured or, you know, done it and figured out how much it took. But, all right, I am going to spray that and let that sit just for a second. So, yeah. So how's everybody's weekend going, guys? This is Saturday morning when I'm filming. Well, early afternoon. So, all right, we're just gonna, and I'll probably pour like half of it and then take my stick and go around. All right, I can't even, I gotta move it closer to me because I can't even see how much I've got in here. Oh gosh, not much. Not much at all, I say. So I'm hoping too that this is gonna kind of breaks some of those bubbles that might be in here. Okay, I'm starting to see all right. Oh, I think we're gonna have enough, guys. All right, so I am just going to take this and just kind of run it along the bottom edges and on the sides. I don't want any bubbles. Did I actually just do that and make the perfect amount? Wow. just so I can scrape my cup here. So I would say this takes 7 ounces, guys. All right. So I am going to slide this back, and I am going to spray the surface just because it's not going to get inside the mold. So 7 ounces to do this box right here. All right. Let me clean this. All right. So I am going to pour these 2 little antlers because I'm trying to get enough so then we can do the video on how to make a mold of these. So I'm gonna just put a little bit in here because I want them colored so that I can see them, you know, through the silicone. So this was the color I was going to pick for this jar before it had gazillion bubbles in it. So let me open this one. This is called Rosewood by Let's Resin. And that way we can see what color this is. Because I'm thinking it probably was going to be like a cranberry almost. All right, so that's 2 drops. Let's see. And we don't need it very, I just wanted it to be a little bit of a variation from the clear silicone, that's all. And I probably made too much because these don't take much at all. And you can see the strands. I didn't mix it really well. But these are just going to be to make castings from. So I'm not too worried. So I think this would have been a really, really pretty color. Let's see. We will do a little birdie with the rest. And then I have just over 2.5 ounces. Ooh. Oh my gosh, guys, I almost made a big mess. Did you see me fling that with my finger? Oh, why do I have to be so messy? Why? All right, so I don't want the bubbles to show in the bird, so I guess we're just gonna go for it. Hopefully they'll work their way out. Oh, probably not. All right, now I'm gonna just top it off with some clear. All right. So, what do I have here? I'm getting sick of making the same little thingies. So let me see if I can. Let's see what I got in this little gift box that I got that we can make something. I think we'll have enough of that one. This one was a gift from Debbie. All right, so let's see. I think this is some sort of a flower. So let's mix this rosewood. I want a lot. I want to see how intense we can get it. And I think I am going to try yeah, that's a pretty color. Look at that, how pretty that is. All right, but what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna take my gold marker and we're just gonna trace these little lines. And it's not wanting to stick. So you know what? We are just gonna wipe that off. And all right, let me move these back because I'm going to make a mess. It is inevitable. It is. All right, so let me get my golden mica powder. And we are gonna just try to get the hair off it and try just lightly. And it, not even so that it's like completely covered, more or less like giving like some highlights to these. Just because I don't know what this is going to look like when it comes out, but I'm thinking I want a little something just to, I don't know, give a little definition. And I'm getting a little in there, and that is fine. I think I'm going to put a little bit of gold glitter, or yeah, maybe I'll use a little bit of gold glitter just to kind of give like a little sparkle to it. Doesn't have to be a lot, but that way I don't have to worry about a lot of cleanup if it's, you know, got some glitter in there, because then it will look intentional. You know, when I started this video, I was like, oh, this is going to finally be one that's just going to be one thing really quick. And yeah, I don't know. I can't do that. I try really hard, guys. I do. Every single video, I try. So guys, we are so close to 2,000. We're going to be having a giveaway. So don't forget to watch for that. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It really helps my channel. If there's a certain topic I do, like I'm going to be doing another painting video here coming up. And, you know, if it's something that you don't like, then you don't have to watch that one. But I try to make a little something different so that, you know, everybody has a variety. And I do have, you know, some newbies and some that are trying to learn to paint. So I just, you know, I want to keep it fair for everybody. All right, so I am going to just bang out the excess. And let me grab my gold glitter. So this is just one I got, like, I don't know, 100 years ago at Michael's. Plus, by adding a little bit of glitter, if there are any micro bubbles, it will disguise them. Oh, look at that. That red and gold, very Christmassy color. Yeah, so this is the color that I wanted that jar initially, but that didn't happen. So we'll be doing that one again, I'm sure. All right, so Wow, guys. Perfect. And my little birdie has like shrunken down, probably because those bubbles popping. And let's just make sure our ears are full. Well, not our ears. You know what I mean, them antler thingies. All right, so we're gonna put the rest in this flour. So I'm gonna spray, just trying to get bubbles to pop. And we're gonna wipe the top of this off because it's got all kinds of crud in there. Because I use this mold all the time. I've got a whole stack of these flowers started. I'm going to be able to make a flower garden here pretty soon. But I figured this, you know, this would be a, like, if I want to put something that looks Christmassy on something, this color flower would be the color. All right, I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to take a pokey tool. And very rarely do I get too many bubbles in here, unless my resin is really, really thick. As long as I do this, so it kind of gets into all of those little doohickey places. So I didn't add any glue to this because it's not really that deep. So I'm hoping that the glitter stays like kind of throughout. All right, so that's domed. And whatever's left in here is just gonna go in this one. All righty, guys, so I am gonna let these cure. I will babysit them for about a half an hour, just to make sure if there's any bubbles that are working their way to the top that I can pop them, you know, like this. So yeah, and then we will be back when it is time to demold. So in the meantime, while I'm down here, I'm going to be working on trying to get some organization in my room again. Gosh, I cannot keep this room clean. Not to save my life. Yep, and I just took my gloves off and now my thing is leaking. Oh, overfilled it. All right. All right, so I'm gonna grab another pair of gloves, clean up, and I will be back on demold. Okay, guys, we are all cured. I just got supper for everybody upstairs, and I'm like, I came down and it was ready. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to demold before I eat supper. Okay, so let's start with our extras. So these are just our little antlers, not a big deal, but I need these in order to be able to make more molds. So now I have 3. So I think that'll be good for us to do a mold project, to make some molds. All right, so I'm going to put these on top of my machine because they fall on the floor and then I don't see them. I moved my trash because I discovered that it was so close to the table that sometimes my stuff would like fall in there. Yeah, so I've spent most of my afternoon cleaning my room down here. So hopefully I can stay a little bit more organized. And I cut all my nails back, so now I can't like grab anything. I'm like, and I know this little bird is gonna have bubbles because my resin just, it was bubbly. I don't know why. Well, I think I know why. All right. Are you kidding me right now? Why can I not grip these? All right, I need something here. This is absolutely ridiculous that I cannot grip the mold. There we go. My word. My fingers are just not working today. All right. So yeah, he's got some bubbles on the bottom, but he's still cute. I mean, they're all like micro bubbles, but he is what he is. All right, so let's get our little flower out. Oh, look how good that one came out, guys. That little bit of... All right, let me zoom in, and then when I bring it closer, it will focus. But you can see the little gold in the tips. I mean, it looks like little specks on the screen, but they are gold. And it is, you know, somewhat transparent, so you can kind of see through it. But overall, I think it came out really cute. All right, so let me zoom back out here. And this one looks like it came out really good. We have a little overage right on the side here, but these are all nice and smooth. Oh, look. That is pretty. So I've got a little overage, but not too bad. I don't know. I think it's maybe too hard for the deeper. Yeah, I'm going to have to sand that down, I guess. But, wow, fingers, they're not working. But that came out really, really cute with just that little bit of veining in there. So that was one of our other extras. But this is the one I'm dying to see. And we've got micro bubbles. Oh, guys, I'm going to get some different resin. Give me your suggestions on different resins that I can still pour somewhat deep without them flash curing, but I'm not going to get bubbles because this is absolutely ridiculous. Maybe it's just the thing that I used, but or because it was cold, I'm not sure. I've never had a problem with the Let's Resin, but lately I have been. So, all right, let me. All right, let me put a little alcohol down in here. So I will be making this again because I want one with no bubbles. All right, here we go. My goodness. All right, so let me flip my mold. Oh. If I can, back the right way. Oh, but it's gorgeous, guys. It is absolutely gorgeous. I really like the color, but I don't like those micro bubbles in the bottom. All right, let me trim this bottom. So obviously I can't sell this one because of the micro bubbles. So maybe I can use it to put my tools in or something. So definitely on this particular mold, do not over pour it. I did put a little too much in. I think there wouldn't have been half the cleanup if I hadn't. So yeah. Just note to self. But, I mean, overall, it is gorgeous. All right, so let me clean this and let me just grab let's see. So I'm thinking these would be the flower petals and these would be the leaves because they're more behind. I'm gonna grab a red and a green, and I might try my metallic colors. If I have a red in here, I'm not sure. I know I have several greens. Let's do an emerald green, raspberry, pink, no red. All right, let me just grab my tube of red. And let's see. Just a couple of small brushes. All right, so I'm just going to move this aside. And what can I use? Let me I'm just going to use this old dirty plate just to pop a little color in. All right, so it's probably going to need 2 coats. But I just wanted to kind of show you on one what I'm going to do, and then I can do the rest off camera. And I mean, it should dry fairly quick. And let me get a little micro brush here. I just have a hard time. I have to have things so close to my body when I am painting like this. It's just crazy. And I don't know if my paint pens would work any better, because they seem to more smudge when you're trying to do it on resin. And this one down here. All right, so let's because I know sometimes you guys like to see, you know, like how I finish them, and I've been trying to get better at doing that. So that is really, really pretty. All right, so I need a little cup with some water. So I can rinse my brush. So I grabbed some different size brushes just because I didn't know like what size was gonna work better. All right, so let me try this brush. Really, I cannot hang on to anything tonight. All right, so You know, and this is really, it's not going to really show up because of the background, but maybe the second coat will. I'll have to grab my other red. This is the deep hue cadmium, so if I get the lighter one, then that should help bring that out a little bit. So overall, I'm definitely pleased with this mold, but I don't like the little micro bubbles. That's the only thing I don't like. And I will put some so had I used a different color background, it might have worked better. Here's my light red. All right, let's try. Just get a little dot out. All right. So that makes it stand out a little bit better, I think. Yeah, at least, I mean, you can see the difference in color. You know, and it's gonna dry a little bit darker, but that's okay. Even with just the green leaves, it's still really pretty. And I'm not doing the whole of the berries. But yeah, that just kind of, you know, like this kind of blends in. And this actually has it so it stands out just a little bit. So I think that definitely works. All right. So I will get this side done, and then I will get some final photos and I will get them posted. Alrighty, guys, have a great night. I'll see you on the next video.